everyone. Welcome to your carrier update presented by Powerfleet. I am Zach Strickland here today to tell you that capacity is starting to stall out a little bit. So we thought things were tightening up a good bit. Going through the holidays, things have loosened out dramatically. Yet it's taken a little pause here just recently in the last couple of days at 9.3%. A quick pause is not something that we're that unfamiliar with this time of year. If you look all the way back to January 4th, 5th of 2019, we had a little hook, a little pause, a little brief moment where the capacity wasn't quite as tight or was a little bit tighter than necessary. Then it continued its free fall. We do expect that to continue throughout most of January. However, we will be watching this to see if it does continue throughout the month. So looking at the market itself, capacity starting to still continue to loosen across most of the Midwest. Up here into parts of the northern tier of the country, however, things are still tighter. Weighted rejection rate, which is something that combines both volumes and tender rejection change over the last week, blue up here. That means they are increasing. So a little bit more tightening capacity across the northern tier of the country. And then down here in the southern part, across Montgomery, Jackson, and Shreveport, Louisiana, we're seeing this band of tighter activity throughout the I-20 corridor down here. So if we look at some of these markets back here, if we back up just a little bit, there we go. Here's the markets, Jackson, Shreveport, and Montgomery. So all of them on the tender rejection rates, they're all trending up higher throughout the holidays, but they're also on a longer running trend line of increasing rejection rates throughout most of the fourth quarter. So what we're watching for right here is that the fact that all the rejection rates, if you look at these little notches right here, they've actually gone up higher in a couple of the markets. Montgomery, not so much, but Jackson and the Shreveport market are both higher than they were over Christmas, which is fascinating considering that we've just gone into the period of time where things are loosening quite a bit. So if you are out there today looking for those loads across the I-20 corridor, check the spot market, especially if you're heading into those areas over the next few days. We've got about 3.5-day lead times down there. So make sure that you're checking the load boards. If you are heading into the area, there might be some higher paying freight down there right now. So something I wanted to point out, tender rejection rates across the country loosening, they take a quick stall. But here's a map, or here's a chart of all of the tender rejection rates in individual regions. Now, you don't have to know what each one of these are. Just make sure that you're paying attention to these three bottom numbers right here. These are the softest markets in the country right now, and they are all in the southern tier, or the warmer sections of the country. We've got the west, which is in California, Arizona, Nevada. Then you've got the southwest, which is Texas, etc., and the southeast, all going a lot softer. So these are going to be the lowest rejection rates in the country right now, which is going to be the softest capacity. So anything in the northern tier, a little bit tighter. This should be the case moving forward throughout the rest of the winter, because this is where the weather events are going to occur. People are going to avoid these areas. So something to watch moving forward. If you are looking for higher rates, go to the north. A little bit softer rates, go to the south. And that will do it for your carrier update for today.
The comprehensive logistics offerings from Powerfleet cover in-cab ELD, fleet management, trailer tracking, cargo monitoring, and tracking other assets such as chassis and intermodal containers. Power up your operations with Powerfleet.